and my husband.
So you decided
Yeah,
to let him.
let him do whatever he wants to do, yeah.
And what happened next?
Well, yeah, then I asked him, where do you want to do it? And he said to me, somewhere outside here. I said, excuse me? No, I don't think so. Everybody else here, the other two guys is watching us, so I'm not going to let you do this to me here. I've got back problems, as it is now, I can't stand too long.
No.
So I have to sit all the time. So he said, yeah, okay, let's go into the room. And he said, yeah, he wants to do it doggy style. Okay, let's go into that. So we tried, and he couldn't do it. And he said to me, yeah, I must turn on my back, lie on the bed. And then, yeah, then he started raping me.
And how long did that go on for? How long were you raped for?
About an hour. About an hour. Because he raped me first, and then he walked out, and then another guy coming in, and he raping me, and then he goes out, and then the last one come in.
So all three of them?
All three of them, yeah, yeah.
And I've spoken to other people who've been involved with these rapes, and they say that they like to take their time. Do you think that's...
Oh yes, yeah, no, they do like it. They wasn't in a hurry to go anywhere. Because they knew the police is gone, so why will they be in a hurry to go away?
And your husband is just in the room next door?
My husband is in the room, yeah, still tied up. Now, I just keep quiet because I know if I'm going to make any sound or try to fight them, they will shoot me and they will go inside and kill my husband as well. So I decided not to do anything, let them do what they want to do and just get out of my life. I'm speaking to God all the time. And I said, please give me strength, please give me strength.
So you just talk to God while these guys are raping you?
Yeah. All the time I was spoken to him, just give me the strength to go through this and let me get out alive.
No one, neither young nor old, is spared in these brutal attacks. Bernard recalls other details of the day that changed his family's life forever.
Shall we carry on the journey that you took?
Yes.
So your son fell down there, they shot at him. Your wife is currently...
They took her in, yeah, they took her in. At that stage, I was lying here, the other car was standing here, I was lying here. They took her, they put her down here at the back and tightened her as well, but they handled her not that...
roughly,
like
more gently than you.
Yeah, my mother as well. They worked more gentler, and the kids, they didn't do anything to the kids.
Didn't touch the kids?
No, nothing. My youngest son, he's the middle one, they put him there, he sat in the door, he saw everything. He saw every time they kicked me. He saw how they tightened my wife and their grandma, and he saw everything.
And ultimately, the attackers strip even the strongest men of their ability to defend their families.
Yeah, it's very, very hard. Remember, you are young, you have dreams, you have ambition. You want to change the world, and then something like that break you. It have a hell of an impact on everything. On your marriage, you feel like you didn't protect your wife and your children, angry with yourself. There's a lot of things you must make peace with.
They took Bernard's dad. They take a woman's self-worth by raping her. They take strong men's dignity and pride. But worse, they take what is truly priceless. Farm attackers rob little boys and girls of their childhoods and their innocence.
Mika was diagnosed with PTSD. She was on antidepressants, anti-anxiety medication.
At the age of?
6.
At 6, yes. She's on anti-anxiety.
Antidepressants.
Bernard tells me the same thing. His 11-year-old son was shot at and dragged across the property whilst his younger brother looked on. Aggressive, sleepless, and detached from everyday life, the child was prescribed strong antidepressants.
And how are the children about...
We took them for counselling, yeah. The middle one that saw everything, is
the one in the doorway that saw you being kicked and kicked and hit. And
and he saw his brother pulled over the lawn and stuff. He's battering. He's going there tomorrow again. He was last week, Thursday.
To counselling?
Yeah, in Pretoria.
Can he sleep? Can he
No, he's
function?
on anti.
Like
Yeah.
antidepressants and then
Yeah.
things to help him sleep?
Yeah,
And how old is he?
8.
And he's on antidepressants.
Strong antidepressant.
Just that my son is 9, so your son's 8. And your son's on antidepressants and strong ones, and he can't sleep at night.
Yeah.
So what will happen to him? Will he stay? Because presumably as a farmer, usually it's the sons that take the farm.
Yeah, he will. The problem I have with him is aggressive. He's really aggressive towards his teachers. He doesn't have friends at school anymore. Doesn't. Since the attack, everything just went downhill, totally a mess. He's really good in sports, rugby, hockey, athletics, everything. He's good in it. But he doesn't have that. It's as if he doesn't want to fit in anymore. You mustn't ask him to open the garage. During the day, my garage doors are standing open. I don't close them. They didn't want to play outside. They didn't want to go fishing. The dam is just here. They didn't want to go fishing. They didn't want to do anything.
And finally, it is all too much for all of us to take. My crew are in tears, I'm a mess, and Bernard calmly tells me his oldest son wants to commit suicide. He blames himself for his grandfather's murder.
The oldest one was on the stage. He wanted to commit suicide, or he said he wanted to kill himself because he wants to go to his granddad.
The oldest one?
Yeah.
How old is he?
11.
And he said he wants to commit suicide.
Yeah, he wants to kill himself because he wants to go to his grandfather. They were supposed to kill him, not his grandfather, and stuff like that. And for me, as a parent, there's no book that can teach you parenting. I'm sorry, there's nothing that can teach you that. It goes, you try your best, but how do you handle that?
How does a parent handle that? Jacob experienced the same kind of troubles with his own son, who was just 10 years old when a gun was held to his head.
In the beginning it was a problem. We take him for some help.
To talk to someone.
Yeah. And but I want to give you an example of that child. He was the most friendly, innocent child for what you get. When they have chips and sweets and that stuff, they was always walking on the farm, give to the workers. You understand?
Yeah, like a family, like friends and family.
Really big family. And after the attack, and you must remember he's 10 years old, and that's why there is a gate by the road now, because it was always open. Someone can get in for help and for this. Now they can't. And if you see something now, he asks you, Dad, let's shoot him. So you can clearly see the impact on that child.
The way he sees the world
Aggressive.
now.
He believed everything is good and right, and now he see another side of the world. So
They take that.
they take, they're making him. This story was making him an adult before its time.
Yeah.
In that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they robbed him a lot.
Yeah.
In this place where people so strongly believe in God and are determined to carry on, there is also a fatalistic side they've come to embrace. Their lives have changed irrevocably, and they know it.
It's a path to walk. I have to take them every night and show them, look, Mommy's locking the door. Look, Mommy's closing the windows. Look, there's burglar bars. And if they hear something, I have to go look for what the sound is, because immediately we expect the worst. If I myself hear something outside, I expect the worst. And then I have to rationally rewire my brain and think, you know what? The wind is blowing, it's probably, and I have to go look, and then I can show them, look, it's just the wind. They aren't afraid of monsters, they're afraid of people.
And this is my truth from South Africa. Whites are being systematically cleansed from the land by black gangs. Black gangs are supported by the language and actions of mainstream politicians and are equipped by corrupt members of the police. It's a sad conclusion, but an inescapable one. You know, something happened to me as I was leaving South Africa. I was detained leaving the country and my passport confiscated. I was told that my actions in South Africa amounted to spreading racial hatred and that I was to stay in country until they could figure out what to do with me. In the end, they couldn't, and because it was a Sunday and no one was in the office, they let me go. It was not a small issue. It was a serious charge, a charge that put me in real jeopardy. As it stands, I am banned from entering South Africa and will not be able to report from there again. They don't want you to hear these truths. South Africa's political class would prefer you never hear my reporting, never hear the voices of victims and survivors, never hear how bad things are for the white people of South Africa. Well, now you know.